was on my last, hustling on the first. Played up in that field.
Yo, it's the kid Young LB, and this is Who's Next, My Grind.
I was on my last, hustling on the first.
Yeah, I'm from the east side of Long Beach, born and raised, made it to the Bay Area, and I'm Tongan. So one of the first Tongan rappers to do this. So yeah, it's 100,000 Tongans worldwide. It's 10 billion people worldwide. So yeah, I got a reason to push this for sure.
I was on my last, hustling on the first. Played up in that field.
I'm from the east side of Long Beach, born and raised, and moved to the Bay Area about 2004, 2005, and been there since then. Still there now, got kids there, and yeah. But I'm a South Pacific Islander, right next to Hawaii, Samoa, Tahiti, Guam, and I'm Tongan. So everybody keep asking what's Tongan, all this. That's exactly what a Tongan is. We just like Samoans, Hawaiian, but we are our own culture. We got our own ethnicity, our own food, our own language, our own everything. So yeah, that's what I'm representing, straight up.
I was on my last, hustling on the first. Played up in that field.
It's not too many West Coast. I'm from the West Coast too, so it's not too many West Coast artists that's taking it to that next level as far as even independent artists. Like every artist on the West Coast is looking for like a label deal or some shit like that. You feel me? So like when you go to I went to the Bay Area, and that's what taught me about independent game. Like, you know, Too Short, E40, Mac Dre, the Jacka, the Mob Figures. Those dudes opened up a lot of doors for me to see independent shit to where I could invest in myself. So I'm out the trunk with it, and a lot of artists just start doing things like that in the Bay, but then it's a gift and a curse, because then they don't go outside to where they go get resources to where they can help their music get on a whole bigger level from independent, because independent, you just got the Bay, and then wherever you go is where people gonna know you. If you ain't leaving the Bay, nobody's gonna know you in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? So that's the curse on being independent. So with like me, it was more like me being Tongan, from the east side of Long Beach, went to the Bay. Now I'm trying to travel the world, and then like I'm a fan of hip hop. So like coming from the West Coast, you would think like, you know, growing under Snoop, Dog Pound, Nate Dogg, Badass, you know, that's all just from Long Beach. And then you go to the Bay, you see Mac Dre, all these other independent artists you don't even hear in LA like that, because they just the Bay and LA is two different worlds. And, you know, you gotta literally go to the Bay to go learn about the Bay. You gotta go to LA to learn about the LA. Only thing you can see in is movies and shit like that, like, you know, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. But other than that, you don't get nothing else. You have to go there to really learn about the culture, about the gang lives, and then you go to the Bay about pimping and all this etc. ass shit that they got going on. So that it built a lot to where the West Coast don't go outside and none of their music get heard nowhere else. But like, you know, you come to Atlanta, you hearing all type of different dope music that's going crazy. You go to New York, you're hearing all type of dope music going crazy. But then even to that, New York and Atlanta are so close to each other, like their music even crossing with each other. And then even to Miami, like our West Coast, we don't get a lot of play once it leaves the West Coast. So like it takes the artist to do that, to come out and go hit the road and go, you know, plant these seeds in these different regions and things like that, so people can learn that shit. So with me, I come from hustling. I'm from the streets. I trap. So like that, it was just like me going to, you know, distribute things in the streets and shit like that gave me idea as far as even crossing over to merchandise and having product and music like that to cross over to go to different regions and start planting music everywhere and merchandise and leaving it, because you can't walk out the house without a hoodie or a shirt. You know, and everybody's always listening to some type of music. So my thing was like, all right, we got to give them two type of vibes type things, you know.
I was on my last, hustling on the first. Played up in that field.
First thing first, I got to have some runts in the building. So like, I smoke a lot of weed. So if I ain't got no weed, I don't even want to be in the studio. Like that's first creativity. Like I gotta be mellowed out, relaxed. I smoke weed daily though, so it's like it's hard to tell. But like when you in the studio, it's a whole different. Like even if I'm 24 hours up, like when I get to the studio, it's like I'm rejuvenated as a new kid. Like I just slept and all. So I'm in there for sure. Need some weed, some runs to be exact, and then it's all on the producer. So if my producer ain't coming with the vibe, because that's who set the tone. It don't matter what vibe and all the things. I can't rap if I ain't got a beat. And we in 2020, ain't no acapella nothing nowadays. You feel me? So jokes all the way up. That's the tone for me as far as even going into finding the right anything. It's from weed, producer, and then we just gonna kick it off whatever comes to our brain. It's the kid Young LB, and I'm Who's Next, you heard?
Yeah. I was on my last, hustling on the first. Played up in that field, never on that turf. I was trapping drugs in front of that church. Hide out to suburbs, can work on that curve. Put the goons to work, what you wanna shirt? Watch when they lurk, they become a merch. Pop you like a perk, Google and search. Yeah, I got the runs, yeah, I got the search. Show me your loyalty, I don't want your love. I don't trust them, no bag house. Got runs Pacquiao. I need a Tatiana, face me, thought me out. Love when I dog it out, screaming out me out. Know what you rap about, I live in trap about. Take K and DG, keep two like PG. No love, no Kiki. Got rich off friends, no cheapie. Keep Benji like Sleepy. Smoke truck, no deep sea. Got